So I like doing this. We're going to do one more. Okay, so a CSS file. This is building websites for dummies. Isn't anything fancy. It's just a plain text file like a regular file. You can create one in anything from Windows Notepad to the fanciest web page editor. Just make sure that you give an extension of and you'll be fine. So it's really crazy. What I'm really getting into is that there's no thought behind TikTok. Nah. I think they copied all American shit. They used American techies to make money, and they are dumb. I don't think they're smart. Then what their branding is basically viral overnight. That's it. American Mark Zuckerberg knows that that's wrong. You can't do that. However, his problem is that the people who are the men pay for their whores to go viral. So let's take a moment to talk about how his system works. And this is Maine. I know it looks funny. And this is Florida. California is over here. Texas is here. Georgia's over here. Actually, Georgia will be over here. And then South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. And that's enough. Anyway. So what you would do is you would pay a certain amount of money. Oh, let's do Colorado. They're over here. And you pinpoint a zip code, 14351. And you pay $10 to run an ad for 5 days at $10 a day to reach a radius of 5 miles. And it would look like this. Let's say 14351 is in Alabama. And it would be like there. And then if you paid $50, you would reach 40 miles radius. And I'm only making this shit up. But let's say you had $1 million. And then you wanted to spread that out into 30-day period. You reach the whole entire country in 30 days of a stupid product that is a titty lady. And she makes everyone miserable. But now she's got 437K followers. Based on the fact that she's a psycho. And she's trying to off the United States of America. Because appearance in your minds is everything. While you all cry out you don't like the machine. While you all cry out that you don't like the Illuminati. But you do like it because look at the numbers. Now, I don't have no empathy for that shit. I knew from the day one that I fucking saw this shit that I wanted to run away from that shit and I would never have looked back. But he fucking forced me to stick around. You better hear me on that one, motherfucker. Okay, moving on. Let's go to something different. That was a point to tell you the difference in the viral content of free. So at least here you had to earn something. Even if it's $1 million of a booby lady, you still had to pay out to get return. Viral content with China was pick the worst of the worst. They paid $0. These people paid $0, and within 24 hours of starting a web page, a million people saw one of my videos without my permission. I didn't give him permission to. I didn't give you permission to show my video to 1 million people. That's illegal. That is illegal. I did not want 1 million people to look at my video. That is fucking illegal, but they don't understand that. They only want fame. I wanted 150 people who were worthy to educate on. Guess how many followers I got off of 1 million views? I only had 5,000. That's it. 1 million there were fake accounts in there. And the entire comment section was vile, violent criminals of sick-ass people with nasty things to say about me. And I am a fucking professional. Periscope. All the people from Periscope saw my shit. The low class. And then they didn't like the fact that I was calling their asses out. And then they did that. What did they do next? They blocked that account that had 5,000 followers. They banned that account. And that's also illegal because guess what happens? Because that's my business. And now you created it to be people's livelihoods. It's my livelihood now. I don't have a job. I've quit my job. And I've got 1 million views, 5,000 people following me. These people are counting on me to make content. And then you block me in community guidelines with no way of those people finding what happened to me. That means the risk factor of people getting offed is extremely high. Meaning you're going to take my livelihood of money, ability to make $3,000 a month that I pay my bills off of because I said the word sex, and the community guidelines organized group said you can't say that. But we live in America, and the Declaration of Independence says that I can say that word, especially when I'm educating on children's education. And you let Entertainment Tonight and Anne Hathaway say it. But then you say, well, she's famous and rich. Oh, I thought we were living in like DEI shit. This is my website. So now you're class basing us. So you're ignoring people, you're class basing us, and you're showing up at Congress saying that you are working off our Constitution, but you're from Singapore. And then the people of Congress are pointing fingers at Mark Zuckerberg and Meta and not China, or specifically TikTok. Because you don't want to hear it from the weird ass people who think it's their right to abuse all of us. That's what they're telling you. It's their American right and their American dream to get praised and worshipped and make money off your hats and your shoes. I'm talking about, he knows who I'm talking about. While you stand on your little microphone with your weird Chinese friend and say, this is our livelihood, and this, well, what about my livelihood? So there ain't no community in this shit. This is you against me. And they got in the club. They're in the club. They're family. As long as you speak the way they want you to speak, you'll be safe. Until you end up like the girl who was offed. Or the other kid from the hype house who was offed. Because there's dirty shit going on in that area, Charlie D'Amelio. Better watch out. Okay, everybody. There's so much information in here. The context of which you live. Contextual selectors. A contextual selector, as you might guess, may come from the apt description in a selector that works only within a certain context. The content that's referred to is the parent element of another element, normally when one element is contained within another element. And when a heading contains some kind of emphasis on a particular word. The contained elemental inherits the properties of its parent element. Okay, that's a long-winded way of saying if you set your H1 elements to be blue and you add B/B, a different kind of tag B, around the one word in one H1 element, that bolded word will also be blue. The context of which you live. That's criminal. But what if you want all the B elements that appear within the H1 element to turn green? You can do that, no problem. And because you're using contextual selection, no be elements that appear outside